How much can black hair actually really grow? This video is not going to be long. I'm actually going to be very straightforward to the point. We are going to be doing the science, the sciences of hair growth when it comes to black women, and the mathematics. I want us to calculate together how much can a black woman grow her hair. Okay.
Say what, say what, say what? Yeah. Girl, you know what's up. Say what, say what, say what? Girl, you know what's up.
You're scrolling through the internet and you're seeing videos of ladies with really long hair, and you're like, my hair could never. If only I had hair like that. Well, you can. You actually can. And that is because you haven't yet unlocked the secrets behind hair growth. Okay, let's start with my story. This is my hair before I started my hair care journey, and this is my hair now. I have gone like way further into my hair care journey, and I'm telling you that my hair is getting longer and I am getting there. Okay, I'm going to get my hair to do way better, and you can do that too. So what helped me was that I unlocked the secret. I finally got to understand how black hair actually works, and that is exactly what I am going to be teaching you guys in this video. So first of all, I want to tell you that when you see those people with really long healthy hair, it's not because of their gene. The gene they have, you probably have it too. You probably do have it too. It's not because they naturally have gene for long hair. No, no, your genes are not the reason why your hair is staying short. But there are some things in your gene that can affect how much your hair can grow. But it is definitely not your hair stopping at this length that your gene is saying. No, you can do better than that. Okay, now listen to me. There are a few factors that can lead to how much your hair can actually grow or how long your hair can actually get. So let's list those first factors. The first thing is your hair growth rate. Now, if you search it up on the internet, humans have an average hair growth rate of 0.5 inch in a month. Yeah, which means that for an average human, your hair can grow 0.5 inch in a month. Again, average, which means you might actually have a faster hair growth. Your hair might actually grow faster than half an inch in a month, or your hair could grow slower than half an inch in a month. But even if your hair grows slower than half an inch in a month, doesn't mean you cannot get your hair long. There are other things that factors down into how long your hair can get. So now let's keep this in mind. First of all, your hair growth rate, which is how fast your hair can grow. Now we are going to use the average rate, which is 0.5 inch in a month. Period. Now let's keep that aside. Now the next thing that actually factor down to how long your hair can grow is your hair growth anagen phase. Now let me explain that very well. Our hair grows on a cycle. Yeah, there are four phases. So we have the anagen phase, we have the catagen phase, we have the telogen phase, and we have the exogen phase. Sounded like a lot, right? I'm going to break it down. Trust me, I'm going to break it. So the anagen phase is actually the phase where your hair is actually growing. The average anagen phase is between 2 to 6 years. I've seen some places where they say 4 to 6 years. It's quite confusing to like guess the actual average, but let's just say 2 to 6 years. What that basically means is that for every single strand of hair that is growing from your scalp, it first of all grows for a number of years. Now that period of time it is growing is called the anagen phase. Means your hair is in the anagen phase of growth, which again can be between 2 to 6 years. But let's just take an average of 4 years. Let's take an average of 4 years for this mathematical calculation. And yeah, so let's say your anagen phase is 4 years. The other phases are not really as important for this calculation. Catagen phase, which is the transition phase from the anagen phase to the telogen phase. Now, let me explain what that means. So, at this point, your hair follicles start to shrink, and basically, and that can be like a period of 2 weeks whereby your hair is transitioning to the telogen phase, and the telogen phase is where your hair stops growing, which is like the resting phase for your hair. So now, listen to me. Your hair grows for a number of years, it transitions, and it stops growing. Now, the last phase is the exogen phase, which is where your hair sheds, which means your hair grows for a number of years, it stops, and then it sheds off, basically. That is how our hair grows. Okay, so relax. For 90% of your hair are actually in the growing phase. That is the anagen phase. So that is why it's not obvious that your hair is growing in a cycle actually, because most of your hair are in that growing phase. Just few of your hair are in the telogen and the exogen phase, whereby you shed it off. And that's the reason why when you make your hair for some weeks and you finally take it down, you lose some hair. Now those hairs you lose are the hair that you shed naturally, except you're losing too much, then maybe there are some hormonal imbalance, hormonal issues, or some internal issues that are causing you to shed excessively. But aside that, our hair naturally grows for a number of years and it sheds off. That is the way our hair grows. I hope I've explained that as easy as I can. So now, why are we talking about this? Why is this important? Remember, we said our hair grows average 0.5 inch or half an inch in a month. Yeah. Now, our hair also on average has the ability to grow for 4 years. So, which means that we can calculate this, yeah, 0.5 inch per month in 4 years. We have 12 months in a year. In 4 years, that's 48 months. So basically, if you have an energy phase of 4 years, that's 48 months. It means your hair is growing actively for 48 months. And remember, if you have an average hair growth rate of 0.5 inch in a month, this means your hair can grow 0.5 inch in a month times 48 months gives us what? That gives us 24 inches. So basically, an average human, be you black, be you white, be you Asian or whatever, an average human can actually grow a hair down to as much as 24 inches, which is down to your waist. Yeah, which means down to your waist. So even if you have the baddest of the baddest gene, that your hair doesn't grow as fast, your anagen phase is not as long, you can still grow your hair more than neck length, more than shoulder length. You can grow your hair down to your back. Okay, so once you learn how hair growth actually work, you would finally learn how to grow your hair past the plateau that it is currently in. Now a growth plateau is basically where your hair seems like it doesn't grow longer than that. You might have a year, your hair probably doesn't grow longer than your ear, probably doesn't grow longer than your shoulder or your collarbone. It probably doesn't go longer than that, and that's where your plateau is. But when I tell you that your hair can actually do better, your hair can do better. Your genes are not holding you back. You are the one holding yourself back. Okay. Once you learn the proper way to take care of your hair so that you can actually keep the 24 inches that an average human can grow, you will see that growth. All you need to do is learn how to retain the length that is growing on your hair. So after all this thing I've just given scientific and mathematical proof that an average human can grow a hair up to 24 inches. Why is it that 95 to 99% of we blacks or Nigerians actually have hair that doesn't grow past shoulder length? That is going to be in a separate video. Okay, I'm going to make a separate video about that, talking about the reason, the real reason why most black girls cannot actually grow their hair, even if they actually have the ability to grow hair longer than that. That's going to be my next video. And also, after that video, I'm going to talk about how to grow your hair past the plateau. Okay, how to grow your hair past the whatever plateau you're currently in, probably your shoulder length or your ear length or wherever you are. I'm going to teach you guys what to do so you can get to grow your hair longer and so many more. Okay, that is what my channel is about. So if you're new to my channel and you haven't subscribed yet, baby, why? Because I have very, very informative videos that are going to help you in your hair growth journey. If you're a black girl trying to grow your hair or trying to learn how to take care and manage your natural hair, so make sure you're subscribed. And that's it for this video. Love you. Bye.